Hi. Uh, so just want to give you a little bit of update on what we are doing this year. For this year, uh, at Siamese Age, basically we're still doing a lot of project for Thai sort, but we want to introduce a little bit of like heads up on a new single edge sword that we like decide to make for this year, and we're really excited about it. So this project began like early like January last year. We like wake up and like I want to use Indian sword and we want to make like the best one. So the research began, and a year and a half from there, we finally able to like review our prototype of the Indian sword. So basically we have Pulwar and we have Tulwar. That's probably gonna be releasing this year, sometime this year. And these are the prototype that we are working on, and we about like almost there and just working on the casting of the handle, because we prefer that we got a nickel silver handle that we using for the same line that we use in Thai sword, and we want to add that up into the Indian lineup that we are doing, because cleaning sword is a pain, right? And nickel silver just easier to work with. So basically here we have 3 prototypes of what we are doing, and the idea is we have different blade type and different handle, and then you can order it and pair each of the blade type with each of the handle that fit your need. And we're gonna come with a sword and scabbard. That's what we do. And probably a little bit of like customized option for the color option for the scabbard, probably like 3 or 4. Because we also do leather work for a little bit of European lineup that we import from China and we sell in Thailand. So we have a lot of option for customization with the scabbard. And the scabbard probably gonna come with a shape at the minimum. We are looking on adding a scabbard throat, but it's kind of hard to work with because we are not familiar with the shape of the Indian sword yet. So we working on that. This is still a prototype and a work in progress, so a little bit gonna be changed after this video. So let's take you through each of the demo prototype here. Especially here we have 3 blade type. We're probably gonna reduce it to like 2 because it's easier to manage. But if you watch this video and if you like to order each of the blade type here into each of the handle we offer in the future, you can do it, because we have all the blank and the measurement, everything is in our database, and we can pull it out and we can make a sword for you. So basically let's look at the first one. Just want to explain, these are the handle we got from India, but we're probably gonna be making our own handle, and sometimes we're probably gonna have like some Indian handle we take from traveling to India and back to Thailand, and we're gonna make a sword and put it in stock from time to time as well. So the first one is the heavy blade. This one is the widest and the heaviest option that we're gonna offer. All the basic model for this blade is gonna be like a straight blade to about 2/3, and then we start with a little bit of curve. Probably typical of like 6 sword in curvature. We don't want to make too much curvature, because this thing in itself is gonna cut through everything, because we have a little bit of better geometry and a little bit better steel, and with our sharpness that we usually do, this thing gonna chew through everything out. Throughout testing is it tatami mats like crazy. And so that's the heavy model. You can see the thickness and the wideness of the handle, the blade itself, right? The handle is engraved, steel engraved handle from India. For the production model, it's probably going to be a little bit different than this one. This one is just the detail is maybe too much for some people, and from what we give the feedback is like look gimmicky. So you probably can adjust that a little bit, make it more like more less but more elegant kind of feel, and it's gonna be nickel silver. And next is the standard blade here. And same blade profile, curvature, straight and curvature, but it is a little bit narrower, and it's just like much easier to maneuver compared to the heavy blade itself. And this one we got like a basic handle, we switch it and we put it on just to like test how it performed, the handling, the balance and everything, as came out well. And this is just some Indian handle. We probably, like as I said before, we probably gonna be making a new handle, and we're gonna change some design feature a little bit with the nickel silver to make it more like better and match with what we want, right? And the last one is a Pulwar. We working on the first sword that we're gonna come out on this lineup is the Pulwar, and it's gonna be in nickel silver and a little bit of design change on this one. This is what we got available from our supplier from India, and we pair it with our lighter blade here. This is gonna be the lighter blade model, and it's gonna come standard with all the power. We don't recommend putting a standard weight blade or like a wider blade on the power. That's not just what it used to be, and it's not gonna work. It doesn't feel right. So you can see it's a little bit narrower, and now it's just like handle much better. The weight on this thing we're gonna ask about it is 900 grams, 1000 grams on this one, and currently this one is 1100 grams. Weight is still gonna be going up and down a little bit because we are finalizing on some other detail on the handle, and we likely want it to go even a little bit down so it's easier to maneuver, and we can adjust the balance later on. And I'm really excited about this lineup because these things just perform. I mean, like you're probably not gonna get standard like mid-tier high-end production Indian sword anywhere better than us, at least from my perspective. Might be going overboard with claiming this thing, but that's what I feel like, and what we feel like after testing it and compared with a few of Indian example we got from India, and we got that from like good makers too, and we outperform their sword by like a big margin. So even though we can make like a big fuller or like a big deep fuller like what an Indian maker can, we still go with a standard historical profile and a decorative fuller here. As you can see, this is a decorative fuller, not much of like a weight reducer or like helping with rigidity on the blade compared to like a deep fuller. And every blade are made to correct measurement. We have ricasso, even though it doesn't look like much of a ricasso, but yes, we want to zoom in. You can see there's a ricasso on the base portion, and everything graded and adjusted per how a Pulwar+Tulwar or like a standard saber type sword should be. So it's really thin, unlike what we usually do with Thai sword, which is like a Thai sword on the base. Let me grab something here. This one. You can see the thickness of the base, right? Is much thicker, and then we taper aggressively. So it's a little bit different compared to like a saber type sword like a tower or power. These things are much thinner profile, and the taper is also aggressive, but it's a little bit different. And if you look at from the maker's point of view, the blade almost weight the same as like what a Thai sword is, but it just it's like a trick to the eye. But the blade itself is long, but it have a short tang, so the blade different in the tang and the thickness of the taper overall is make the sword almost like the black, almost like just a little bit heavier than Thai sword, but the way this thing are balanced and the weight of the handle combined with all the pitch tar that we use for assembly, historically accurate way we do it, that's add up in the total weight to like a final weight, and everything is inside the measurement of like compared to like an antique we have. And you have to Indian sword is a little bit weird inside Thai sword. There's so many variety of sword, but for like type of sword that fit like a standard modern height and weight people nowadays, it's already going to be a little bit bigger, so it fits your hand better. Most of the antique sword are a little bit smaller, so this thing add a little bit of weight if we make it to like a standard modern people size, but the balance on this thing is incredible. You can probably pull through our like reel on Facebook or Instagram. We have a little bit of cutting video that we put on, and yeah, that's the sneak peek on the new lineup for this year. And we are excited about the new project that we're working on, and it's probably gonna come out sometime at the end of this year, and a lot more Thai sword model is coming on the line this year as well. We're gonna be adding up a lot more silver cladded or engraved project. We're working on engraving wood handle and a lot more exciting model this year. I think we have currently we have 4 signature model, 4 or 5. At the end of the year, including this lineup, it's probably gonna be about 8 or 10 by the end of this year. So yeah, we are really excited about this year and getting all the love for Thai sword and the new Indian lineup out to the world and giving smile to people when they're handling our sword. So yeah, that's about it. Bye bye.